We don't know if it's 100% going to be there, and this is not actually a fight; it's an exhibition.
Okay.
It's supposed to be a professional fight that Floyd is coming out and deliberately saying it's not a professional fight; it's an exhibition.
And then I wanted a real fight, so he signed what I signed. He signed a real fight, and I signed a real fight. And he got his advance, so there's no reason to make excuses of that.
Floyd Mayweather has reportedly revealed something no one saw coming. According to sources, he finally opened up about why he backed out of fighting Manny Pacquiao again, and what he said has shocked the entire boxing world. People close to Floyd claim he admitted that powerful groups were offering him massive amounts of money to not win the fight. This, according to insiders,
Did you see what Floyd said? I think he might saying that he feels it's an exhibition and not a real fight.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure.
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
is the real reason he began pushing for the September 19th bout to be labeled as an exhibition instead of an official professional contest. Sources say Floyd shared this during a private meeting at his Las Vegas home, where he appeared visibly frustrated. Those present claim he explained that certain groups wanted him to lose his perfect record, even offering more money for a loss.
You know, the price ranges from 8 figures all the way to 9 figures that I'm able to get for exhibitions. And so why would I go out there and risk, fighting a top fighter when I can get the same amount of money for 3 rounds with whoever?
Than for a win. The room reportedly fell silent as he made the shocking statement. Reports suggest these offers came from wealthy business figures and entertainment executives who stood to gain financially if Floyd suffered his first defeat. According to insiders, the conversation started as early as January, beginning with an offer of around $200 million, with conditions attached that required him to hold back in the fight. Floyd is said to have rejected it immediately.
There's a disagreement in terms of whether this is a real fight or an exhibition, but really that's really falling on the side of Mayweather, since apparently he already signed the contracts, the deal was already done. He took some advances apparently on the actual agreed upon terms of the contract.
However, the offers reportedly escalated. By February, sources claim the amount had increased to over $300 million, along with promises of additional payments later. These groups allegedly tried to convince Floyd that losing at his age would not damage his legacy, arguing that many already see him as past his prime. Facing pressure from multiple directions, insiders believe Floyd's decision to label the fight as an exhibition was a strategic move. By doing so, he could remove his perfect record from the equation and avoid being dragged deeper into.
There are many people speculating and reporting that Floyd Mayweather, like I said before, and Manny Pacquiao, the fight is
the situation. This also explains why he changed direction despite already signing multiple contracts and receiving payments. On the other side, Manny Pacquiao's team was reportedly caught completely off guard. According to sources, his representatives had no knowledge of these behind-the-scenes developments. When Floyd suddenly pushed for an exhibition, tensions rose, with Pacquiao's camp believing the agreement had been broken. Financial complications added even more pressure. Reports claim Floyd had already signed several contracts over a few months and received
all the news on Mayweather, Pacquiao, potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this, Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O?
more than $90 million in advance payments. Insiders also suggest he had borrowed against future earnings, meaning he was already financially tied to the deal. The involvement of Netflix further intensified the situation. Sources say the company had invested heavily in promoting the fight as a legitimate, high-stakes comeback with Floyd's undefeated record on the line. When the narrative shifted to an exhibition, it reportedly caused major backlash, with concerns over damage to their brand and potential legal action. Meanwhile, the betting world had already placed enormous stakes on the outcome. Industry insiders claim that sportsbooks had taken hundreds of millions in wagers globally, with most predictions favoring Floyd. Under certain outcomes, some parties could have profited massively.
Oh, this is what Pacquiao manager said. If he's scared of Manny and does not want to put the record on the line in a professional boxing match, not only should he have never executed these agreements, but he should have just come right out and said because Manny ain't.
Even reaching billions. Experts also point out that Floyd's history with exhibition fights may have made him a target. His past bouts against figures like Logan Paul showed a preference for guaranteed payouts, leading some groups to believe he could be influenced with the right financial offer. However, according to reports, they miscalculated his response when it came to compromising his performance in a real fight. Reports suggest that the upcoming
And I also know for a fact that Floyd is operating at a deficit right now. He is not making money, he is spending money or losing money. It's not going well for Floyd Mayweather's financials. And for
Tyson exhibition in May may also be connected to this entire situation. According to sources, people close to Floyd's camp claim the Tyson fight was arranged as a quick payday, giving Floyd time to deal with the ongoing issues surrounding Manny Pacquiao. Insiders insist there was never any intention for it to be a real professional fight. It was always meant to be a low-risk exhibition for guaranteed money. Experts now believe Floyd has been relying on exhibition bouts to stay financially stable while navigating the growing pressure tied to the Pacquiao situation. Meanwhile, Manny Pacquiao's public statements are starting to make more sense. According to boxing insiders, when Manny said, "The contract is for a real fight, I won't do an exhibition," it showed his clear intention to compete in a legitimate professional bout.
Multi-billion-dollar company officially announced that this would be a real fight at the Sphere. So, earlier this morning, I spoke to Chaz Mather, who is the CEO of Manny Pacquiao Promotions, and he said it is absolutely a real fight. There's a signed contract. Mayweather signed it. It's in there. That it's a real fight that'll count on their records.
Sources close to Pacquiao claim he has no knowledge of any suspicious offers and would never agree to anything questionable, regardless of the money involved. For Manny, this fight is about proving he can beat Floyd at full strength. The deadline given by Pacquiao's team reportedly carried serious legal weight. According to contract experts, it forced Floyd into a difficult decision: either agree to a real fight and resolve the situation, or cancel everything and return the money already received. Insiders suggest this deadline was a strategic move designed to pressure Floyd into revealing what was really happening behind the scenes. At the same time, Floyd's financial situation has reportedly made things even more complicated. Sources claim ongoing tax issues, legal disputes, and an expensive lifestyle have created constant financial.
And then when I see it's a chance for me to do a heist, a quick heist, I'm gonna let y'all know this. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. At the end of the day, I'm the smart one.
Financial pressure. According to insiders, taking large payments months in advance suggests serious cash flow problems, something outside groups may have tried to exploit. The Sphere Arena in Las Vegas is also reportedly affected. Entertainment industry sources say the venue was preparing to host its first major professional boxing event to showcase itself on a global stage. Significant investments were made under the assumption of a high-level championship fight. Now, reports suggest the organizers are considering legal action due to potential damage caused by the situation. Several well-known figures in boxing are said to have warned Floyd about the risks.
Going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like, I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to fight Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to get the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event, and people from all around the world is going to enjoy.
According to sources, his longtime associate Leonard Ellerbe advised him multiple times against accepting early payments, warning that it could give outside parties too much control. Insiders claim he encouraged Floyd to only accept money based on performance, but Floyd allegedly needed immediate cash and chose not to follow that advice. The role of Al Heyman, Floyd's longtime advisor, remains unclear. Sources say Heyman has stayed completely silent throughout the situation, which is unusual given his typical involvement in Floyd's business decisions.
Exhibition with someone like maybe a Conor McGregor.
No, I don't like exhibition. Like I want if Mayweather is my opponent, I don't like exhibition. Like I want fight. Like there's a decision.
Right. And we hear you're quite the professional singer as well.
Some insiders speculate he may know more than he's revealing, but there is no confirmed evidence, and no public statement has been made. Legal experts believe the potential consequences could be massive. Reports suggest that if contracts were broken, Floyd could face lawsuits from multiple parties, including Pacquiao's team, streaming partners, venue organizers, and others. In the worst-case scenario, insiders claim the total financial exposure could exceed $500 million. According to legal analysts,
he's got like these kind of old school jeweler dude there. Like they're like, oh, this is like one of the OG jeweler guys. This is like who everyone else gets their stuff from. And he told me, and I'm not gonna say who it is, but he's like, Mayweather's broke. I said, no. He's like, no, really, Mayweather's broke. I'm like, how could he be broke? He's like, yo, he spends like crazy.
Floyd's strongest defense would be proving he was under unfair external pressure. However, making such claims publicly could trigger investigations that he may want to avoid. There are also growing concerns within the gambling industry. Sources claim regulators have started reviewing unusual betting patterns after Floyd's comments about the fight. Investigators are reportedly looking into whether certain individuals had prior knowledge of possible outcomes or plans. As of now, Floyd's team has remained completely silent.
Sometimes there's a line that you cross with some of the things and you turn some people off. And so I'm sure that he ain't going to change. He's going to be who he is. And again, he don't bother me. I don't think 2 seconds about.
Journalists have attempted to get answers regarding the confusion between an exhibition and a real fight, but no official response has been given. Insiders suggest this silence is intentional, likely on the advice of legal teams as the situation continues to unfold. Sources say Floyd's legal team has advised him to stay completely silent, warning that anything he says could be used against him in court. Insiders claim he now regrets even mentioning the fight being turned into an exhibition. Meanwhile, Manny Pacquiao's camp is already preparing backup plans. According to people close to the situation, if Floyd fails to resolve the contract issues, Pacquiao is ready to move on quickly and secure a different opponent for September. Potentially names like Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr.
Need money for all 3 agreements when he signed them. Not only that, but he has taken out an advance on his purse to fight Pacquiao.
Or even a rematch option being discussed. The goal, insiders say, is to take full advantage of the Netflix opportunity regardless of Floyd's decision. The September 19th date at the Sphere remains officially in place. Sources connected to the venue say preparations are still ongoing, with no cancellation filed so far. However, insiders reveal that a backup boxing event is already being considered in case the Mayweather versus Pacquiao fight falls through. Final decisions are expected once the deadline passes. Reports also suggest Floyd's planned exhibition against another opponent could create further legal trouble. According to contract experts, his agreement with Pacquiao restricts him from participating in other boxing-related events before the scheduled fight date. Insiders claim this could strengthen Pacquiao's legal position even more. The shocking claims about outside pressure have reportedly divided Floyd's inner circle. Some believe he should go public and expose everything, even if it means walking away from the fight completely. Others are advising him to quietly resolve the situation, honor the contract, and deal with the pressure behind closed doors.
More money than any boxer ever. Like, there's all these lawsuits. Like, he hasn't been paying things, and he owes money on this and owes money on that, and it's like, and then he's got to come out of retirement.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough. I think it's just the lifestyle that Floyd lived.
Yes,
I think.
As the deadline approached, sources say Floyd was still undecided. Boxing historians are already comparing this situation to some of the most controversial moments in the sport. If the claims about financial pressure turn out to be true, insiders believe this could become one of the biggest influence scandals in modern boxing history. Reports suggest the amounts involved are far beyond anything seen before, potentially forcing authorities to step in and investigate. How this situation affects Floyd's legacy now depends entirely on his next move. According to experts, if he exposes the alleged pressure and walks away, he could be seen as protecting the integrity of the sport. But if he continues under these circumstances, doubts and questions may follow him for the rest of his career. Industry insiders say Floyd is facing an impossible choice: risk his undefeated record under questionable conditions, or damage his reputation by breaking contracts and backing out. Major promoters are also watching closely. Reports suggest figures like Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum are discussing the wider impact this could have on future mega fights. If Floyd successfully avoids the fight by citing outside pressure, it could set a dangerous precedent and harm the credibility of boxing at the highest level. Media personalities have already weighed in. On ESPN, Stephen A. Smith defended Floyd's right to protect himself if something suspicious is happening, while Max Kellerman argued that signing contracts and accepting money means he has a responsibility to follow through. Their debate reflects how divided public opinion has become. Even Joe Rogan addressed the situation on his podcast, questioning Floyd's financial decisions. According to listeners, Rogan raised concerns about why someone who claims to have earned over $1 billion would still need early payments. He suggested that Floyd's expensive lifestyle could be forcing him into risky financial situations, which may have contributed to the current chaos.